What's up, guys? Murdering here. Today I want to talk about a new legendary, and her name is Minaya. She's a very interesting champion, and I didn't realize this until I was leveling her up on stream, and I found something pretty incredible that I want to share with you guys. First thing to do is let's go over her skills. She's a support legendary. Attacks one enemy, places a 15% continuous heal buff on the ally with the lowest HP for 2 turns. Damage based on attack. Now remember that. Mending Ways attacks one enemy, heals his champion and the ally with the lowest health by 10,000 health, has a 75% chance of placing a 100% heal reduction debuff on all champions for 2 turns, also based on attack. Her A3 is called Beauty's Allure, heals all allies by 40% of their max health, places a block debuff for 2 turns on champions under increased defense buffs. So there's a lot of synergy there going on. A bunch of options can jump to you right away. Oh, I know this champion I use has increased defense, so on and so forth. If a champion is fully healed by this skill, also places a shield buff on them for 2 turns equal to 25% of the champion's health. That could be huge on someone like Mountain King. Maybe you don't want to have to use a shield set, people. Now you have someone's A3 that automatically triggers that if they go first. As simple as that. Now let's take a look at the passive. Fills the turn meters of all allies by 20% when this champion is killed. Revives this champion with 75% health when killed if Coronar, who is her partner, is on the same team. And then last but not least, her speed aura increases ally speed by 19% in all battles. So I first looked at this kit and I said, okay, nothing really stands out to me. She has the continuous heal, which could be good in clan boss. She's counterattacking. She's just stacking up these continuous heals. She's got a flat 10,000 heal to herself and an ally. And then the A3 is just like I said, health to champions. Heals all allies by 40%. Block debuff if there's an increased defense on the team, so on and so forth. The speed lead is good. I think it's really important to have a lot more champions with that in the game. There's a little bit more utility, but I can't get over what we found out. So now let me show you how I geared her. You'll kind of have an idea. 45,000 health. Her base health is 800 attack. 1100 base defense. Not terrible, kind of middle of the pack, so I gave her 2,000. 179 speed. Over 100% crit. It's the best I could do with the gear I had. I hate to go over. I know it's a waste, but that's all I could come up with for this video. 256% crit damage. Didn't really care a lot about the accuracy. That one debuff, I couldn't justify stacking accuracy for just one debuff. Even though it is a heal reduction, I can see its use, but not for me. And then resistance, we don't really need resistance right now. Masteries, I decided to give her full damage. I have Flawless Execution, Kill Streak, Blood Shield, Wrath of the Slain, Cycle of Violence, and then I went the support tree. And this skill, Lay on Hands, actually does affect her 10,000 heal, so it is more. It's 5% of that, which is really nice. Increases the amount of healing and value of shield balls placed on this champion if the target ally has 40% HP or less. This also applies. Cycle of Magic, and this can extend the continuous heal buff. So this is the way I chose to approach it. Let me show you why. First, let's just take her into Brutal Campaign. I'm not sure how she's going to do in this stage, but just to kind of show you where she sits. So there's a heal, 19,000, up from 10,000 with that trait we showed you. Keep in mind, this is a support champion. As you just saw, she just crit someone for 50,000. Another 50,000 crit on the A2. 37,000. I really should have picked a better stage to run since they're all green, and green counters red. 27,000 A1 with no debuffs. There's 44,000. 41,000 on the A1. So there we saw 61,000, and she's a strong affinity. For a healer, I did gear her for attack, but I found this out when I was leveling her up in Minotaur, and I said, I have this level 47 with no gear on, critting for 11k. And I've put a lot of champions through Minotaur, and I said, I know numbers. I'm a numbers guy. And when I see a number like that from a support champion, instantly, and even my stream, they realized it with me. I said, okay, something's up with this new legendary. So let's bring her into where you would actually use her. You probably won't be using her as a farmer. I just wanted to show you that she can do it. In case this is the legendary you pulled and this is what you have to deal with. So you can use her. Probably 12-6 is more aimed at what she would do well in. But okay, so let's get right into Dragon 20. Now let's see what she does. Pack up, fence down, weaken. She uses her heal first. There's the first A2, 94,000 from your support champion. There's the A1, 73,000 from your healer and support champion. 20,000 with no debuffs on her, compared to a 51 from the monstrous Mountain King. 48,000 again. Let's get the rest of our team up. So I'm not sure if this is intentional. I guess now it kind of makes sense to why they put such a low base attack on her, I guess. I'm not really sure. If it was higher, she would obviously be doing thoroughly ridiculous damage. Now it's just pretty ridiculous, especially since she's a support champion, like I've said 1,000 times already. But I think this could be a very game-changing champion. For that reason alone, she does her job, she heals. You can build her to do damage. And there's nothing more important than that. I mean, she reminds me of Lugan. Lugan's a damage dealer, and he heals based on the damage he does. She has a straight up heal effect, and she's doing a ton of damage. So I think this can change a lot of people who get her. Maybe her hit doesn't look that overwhelming at first, but I mean, I thought the same thing. I said, okay, terrible champion. I'll go over it. Use a lot of work. Speed aura is good, but look at these final numbers. 400,000 damage. She did the healer role. She's healing everybody. And I like to compare this to Arbiter, what she did. Arbiter did less damage, but Arbiter brings to the table a turn meter boost, attack up, and a revive. So that's huge. We can't argue with that. But a champion who puts continuous heal on, who, if you run with a defense up, which I know a lot of people have champions, it's a very common buff to have on a champion. They'll put a block debuff on champions, which some dungeons can be a real nuisance with the debuffs the mobs put on you, so that's really strong. And then she can do a ton of damage on top of that, where if you want to manual the run, you can pretty much snipe a target that's bothering you. Even on auto, you can do the smart click cast and you're fine. So now that we covered that, let's talk about Arena. What can she do in Arena? Arena's going to be a bit harder for her, and kind of like the last video, I am in Platinum, so I'm not sure how this is going to go, but let's give her a shot. Let's test her out in this comp against an extremely tanky team. Keep in mind she's not wearing Savage gear, and this is really where Savage gear shines. I would love to put a set on her. I think it could be very beneficial to her, especially in Arena. But let's just see how this goes. So let's start protecting the team. Let's do an ally attack on Alton. See what we can do. She was the first one to break the shield. We saw 17,000 damage. And let's use her. This probably won't proc because they are a resistance team, but let's just go for it. 22,000 hit. She only took 6,000 damage. Pretty big right off the bat. We have Rhodos, Mr. OP over here. Let's see if we can take out Alton. Just want her to go again so we can take a look at that A1. Protos again. Just actually, she might not even get to go again. Pray for a weak hit. Alright, that might have been a weak hit. I'm not quite sure. Let's have her go again. This time she is going to... So we don't have a defense up on this team. So let's hit her with the A1. He had a defense up, so it didn't do much. It did put a 3-turn continuous heal. So that can save you in the long run. It looks small, but does enough healing. Let's do it again. Now, heals all allies by 40%, so let's use that heal. Perfect. Now we have, like I said before, a healer who does damage too. You'll love to see it. It's small champions like this that they can add to the game that I really like when Plarium does this. Can't tell by reading the kit. Once you get it and test it, that's when the real information comes forward. So overall, I would say she's probably one of the best healers as far as utility goes in the game right now. For progression dungeons, she has uses in arena. I would love to see her in clan boss. I'll probably look to test her in clan boss just because I'm so curious. You have someone putting a continuous heal on the lowest health target now on an A1. So think of counterattack. Now she's putting a continuous heal on other champions. That can literally save someone's life. They don't full heal from a mastery proc from lifesteal gear set. And on top of that, the raw damage adds up over time. So those are my thoughts on Minaya. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I did not book the champion at all this time. So everything you saw only gets better if you add books to her. I'm really hoping to pull Coronar at some point so I can see what his benefits are with her on the same team. Maybe there's a lot of synergy we don't see because there's only one benefit of a duo here. So really excited for the future. I think she's an outstanding champion. Really different than anything we've ever seen in this game. So she gets 2 thumbs up from me. Let me know what you think. And until next time, my friends, take care.